Hi, this is ig33ku, and today we'll be looking at a more detailed way of cleaning a graphic card, especially the blower types, which is mostly reference design cards. I'll show you how to disassemble it, and my method of cleaning the fan and the heat sinks, and how to reapply the thermal paste and then put everything back together again. Alright, let's get started. Now before you start taking apart any card, you need to have the proper equipment. So have a set of screwdrivers. Mine here has multiple heads, which I can utilize anytime. Some Q-tips, tissue paper, alcohol. I would actually recommend using something like this electrical degreaser, or electro degreaser, or contact cleaner, like whatever they like to call it. It's perfectly good for spraying onto circuit boards and removing oils and other pieces of dirt particles. But since I don't have much of it left, oops, sorry about that, I'll use my medical alcohol, which I have here. One of the things to consider while doing this type of maintenance is getting a good thermal paste to replace the old one. Thermal pads, in case like these, are pretty perished, but since I'm not really sure this card will work still, I will not be replacing these guys. And another thing to consider is that your RAM might sometimes look like it's glued onto the RAM sink, and that's because it's using thermal tape. Thermal tape is a two-sided adhesive tape which provides thermal contact between the RAM and the heatsink. Some MOSFETs also have thermal tape as the adhesive to hold the RAM, not the RAM sink, but the heatsink onto the MOSFET. So to get those off, of course, just grab it, twist it, and pull, and it'll come off. And then you use some alcohol and just clean off the adhesive, and then apply a new adhesive and stick on back the heatsink. Now before I clean up the thermal paste from here and some of this gunk which is on the RAMs, I'm going to just discuss quickly about the GPU. Now as you can see here, this GPU has a kind of like a steel bracket here. This is to provide support so the GPU does not get crushed. On older GPUs you'll see that it is not protected, so if you crack the silicon here, you have more or less killed your GPU. So when you're dealing with this type of graphic cards without any bracket to protect it, just be very, very careful when you reapply the heatsink. Now here's a tip: if you can't get the screws out easily, apply some lubrication like WD-40 or whatever oils available to you, and then I would suggest using an electrical cleaner, contact cleaner solution like this. It will dissolve the oil completely, so you don't have to worry about any residue and short circuiting on the graphic card. Now we're going to take apart the heatsink and the shroud for it. applying thermal paste, same as like my other videos. Just follow a very basic rule. Squeeze a little bit in the center, like so. Twirl it around. Try not to put too much. But putting too little is a bad idea, anyways. I just, just drag it. Wipe, wipe, wipe. A little bit. Squeeze a bit. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And you're done. And there you go. I forgot to mention that you should keep a brush handy in case you need to brush out some dust particles which are stuck, and maybe some way of shooting compressed air out of, or maybe one of those little old perfume bottles with that ballast at the back, or like I used this. Helps dislodge sticky, oily dust, at the same time also propels it out through the side, so that's pretty good. Anyway, I hope that you find this how-to very interesting, and this is ig33ku signing off.